At first glance, the iPhone Air might look like the most pointless phone Apple's ever made, until you actually hold it. Because the moment you do, you realize this isn't just another iPhone. It's Apple proving that ultra-thin phones can still feel premium, powerful, and surprisingly practical. This is Apple's boldest experiment in years. At just 5.6 millimeters thick, the iPhone Air is thinner than almost anything else on the market, a dramatic pivot from the chunky, feature-packed slabs we've gotten used to. It's Apple's answer to the Galaxy S25 Edge, but with a distinctly Apple twist. Instead of chasing specs, the Air is all about experience, and it costs $999, which plants it right in flagship territory. But here's the catch. To achieve that impossibly thin profile, Apple had to make some serious compromises. We're talking a smaller battery, no ultra-wide or telephoto cameras, no vapor chamber cooling, one less GPU core, and even a single speaker. On paper, it sounds like Apple stripped the iPhone down too far. And yet, in the hand, the story changes completely. The design is where the iPhone Air truly earns its name. It's crafted from polished titanium and ceramic shield, glassing in at just 165 grams. That's a bit more than the S25 Edge, but the weight distribution makes it feel lighter. And yes, the camera bump is chunkier than the body, but it doesn't throw off the balance. Holding the Air is unlike any other phone. It's so light and slim, it almost disappears in your hand. Though to be fair, the razor-flat frame can dig into your palm if you grip it too hard. It comes in 4 colors: space black, cloud white, light gold, and sky blue, with cloud white and light gold being the standouts. Just watch out for the space black model, which can pick up scratches and even MagSafe ring marks more easily. Flip the phone over, and the display immediately impresses. The 6.5-inch OLED screen packs 1260 by 2736 resolution, ProMotion 120 Hz, and peaks at nearly 2800 nits of brightness. That's flagship-level performance. The new anti-glare coating helps too. Not quite Samsung tier, but still effective. And with excellent color accuracy and sub-1 nit minimum brightness, it's one of the best displays Apple shipped in a non-Pro iPhone. Where things get more divisive is the camera setup. The iPhone Air has exactly one rear camera, a 48-megapixel fusion sensor from the iPhone 17. It's a capable main camera, delivering sharp, detailed shots with great dynamic range and solid low-light performance. But you will miss the versatility of ultra-wide or telephoto lenses. Zooming past 2x quickly leads to soft, noisy images, and at 5x or 10x, it's mostly a blurry mess. On the flip side, Apple revamped the selfie camera with a new 18-megapixel center stage sensor that can shoot both portrait and landscape photos without rotating the phone. It's wider and keeps subjects centered even in horizontal shots, a surprisingly handy feature that makes selfies look more natural. Video is excellent in most scenarios, though the Air misses out on 4K 120 FPS recording, and lens flare in night scenes is still noticeable. It's not the best camera phone Apple makes, but given its design constraints, the results are better than expected. Performance is another mixed bag. The iPhone Air runs the A19 Pro chip, but with one GPU core disabled. It crushes single-core benchmarks, beating the Snapdragon 8 Elite inside the S25 Edge, but multi-core results are slightly behind. Thermal performance is also less stable. There's no vapor chamber, and titanium isn't as effective at heat dissipation as aluminum. Under heavy load, the Air can throttle and heat up, especially near the camera area. For everyday use, though, it's smooth and responsive. 12 gigabytes of RAM helps keep multitasking snappy, and it's future-proofed for Apple Intelligence and upcoming iOS features. Speaking of which, the Air ships with iOS 26, bringing the new Liquid Glass UI, a semi-transparent redesign that's still evolving, and improved AI tools like visual intelligence, live translate, and natural language search in photos. Apple's AI features still trail Android in some areas, but the experience is improving. The battery is where expectations were lowest, and where Apple surprised everyone. With a 3149 milliamp cell, the Air still manages a respectable 6 hours and 47 minutes of screen-on time, close to the iPhone 17 and even beating the S25 Edge in some tests. It breezes through a day of moderate use, though gaming can drain it faster. And yes, Apple even managed to include MagSafe wireless charging inside that razor-thin frame. You can hit 50% in 30 minutes wirelessly, which is impressive. Not everything is a win, though. The decision to go with a single top speaker hurts multimedia. Audio sounds flat and lacks bass, and volume is underwhelming. You might even miss calls in noisy environments. Haptics are precise, but less powerful than Pro models. These are the kinds of trade-offs that remind you this phone was built around one goal: thinness above all. So, should you buy the iPhone Air? That depends entirely on what you value. If you're chasing cutting-edge performance, the best cameras, and the loudest speakers, you're better off with the iPhone 17 Pro or even a top-tier Android flagship. But if you want a phone that pushes the boundaries of design, one that feels unlike anything else and turns heads the second you pull it out, the iPhone Air is unmatched. Apple set out to prove that thin phones don't have to be gimmicks, and the Air largely succeeds. It's not perfect, far from it, but it reimagines what a modern smartphone can feel like. And in a world where every phone looks and feels the same, that alone makes the iPhone Air worth paying attention to. What's your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comment section. See you in the next video. Take care.